Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We need to get the cows off of the leased pasture that you saw in the last video. So I need to set up some alleyways with a temporary electric wire and hopefully just lead them back home. They are going to hang out on the home place for a little bit. Actually, tomorrow afternoon, the vet's coming. He's gonna steer that one bull calf we had this year. So cows are gonna kind of be hanging up close to the barn the rest of today and tomorrow, just so it'll be easy to get them run through the facilities when he shows up tomorrow. It's cold, man. I'm just glad the sun's out. Tomorrow they're talking high winds. It's only going to be about 36 to 38 degrees and it's going to be overcast. So it's going to be a cold day to get the cows moved through, but that's all right. So a lot to do the rest of today. I need to get all of my temporary perimeter fence picked up because I need that to set up my grazing strips on the home place. So let's get going. Neighbor just fired up his combine. He's taking corn today. I love this time of year, man. Working outside and getting projects done, you know, especially back here in the timber, where on the other side of the trees back here is just all farm fields. Listening to those guys harvest their crops it just comes with the season, you know. It's awesome. I'm a big fan of it. All right, have my temporary brake fence set up, my temporary alley to stop them from disappearing into the wooded abyss. They usually respect this pretty well. I've never had any problems with them wanting to bust over that electric wire. It's not charged or anything, but. And then I've got protein cubes because the half of this pasture that has been blocked off to them for the last couple weeks obviously has some regrowth on it, not much, but enough that I could see them stopping to eat all the new green growth and not want to follow me. Plus, when we get going through the 2.5 acre pasture there, just keeping them moving, shaking this bucket really seems to help. All right, you ready, girls and boys? One more pasture down, getting even closer to feeding hay, huh? Come on, mama. Oh, easy, buddy. Hey. You guys are wound up. Come on, kids. Come on, straggler. There's actually some really good stuff in this little alleyway. If I could, leave them here to eat it all down, but. Hey, girls. Come on, girls. Always got to be stragglers. Yeah, I know. Come on, you two. Let's go, mama. Hey. Come on, mama. Come on. Come on. Jeez. Let's go. one in the shed over there. Gotta check it out. Come on, kids! It's a lot harder to keep track of 11 now. All right, well that wasn't bad. They seem to get better at that every single time I do it. All right, so now I got to get a bunch of wire taken up and set up my brake fences in the new pasture, and we'll get them grazing. Some of this stuff in this pasture is actually really thick. I'm quite impressed. That's some pretty good tonnage, some pretty good regrowth. Unfortunately, the whole pasture is not like this. But yeah, look at that. That's some deep green grass. We'll see how the rest of it looks though. There's always one. Hey, come here. There you go. All right, got everything moved and set up. Cows are happy. This stuff is gonna be really good too. Just crazy how certain areas of the pasture are 10 times better than the rest. Right now I think I'm running them on, I'm gonna run them on 1,500 square foot chunks, so 1,500 square feet twice a day. That's what I'm gonna start out with and see how it does. So nothing crazy. I think it's 50 feet long by like 30, maybe 36 feet wide. But we'll just have to watch our grass, watch our residual, watch our animals, and see how it looks each day. They're gonna be through this 2.5 acres in no time, but it's all right. Little dude. Last day as a bull calf. Oh, hello everybody. It's a new day. Vet should be here about 11:30. Hopefully he's working a group of like 70 heifers up the road or something like that. Then he's gonna swing by. We're gonna get that little steer calf castrated, or that bull calf castrated. It is cold. It is cold. It is windy. It's below freezing still. With the wind chill, it's like 18 degrees. So tomorrow, of course, 10 degrees warmer, no wind, full sun. I need to get them separated and then keep them up here by the corral system for whenever the vet gets here. So let's get going. Don't need you. Don't need you. You little dude. Really? Good mama. Come on, mama. Come on. Good kids. Yeah, good mama. Wouldn't you know, mama and her 2 steers. Well, 1 steer, 1 bull, soon to be steer. All right, we are all said and done. He is officially a steer. Fortunately, I didn't get any of it on film. It was just the vet and I. And with the temperatures and the wind being what they were, it was kind of tough to try and get the camera set up. And honestly too, guys, I mean, I'm at the point where, you know, I still feel a little ridiculous trying to record everything, especially when it comes to being around the vet or being around senior people in agriculture. I really don't like being that guy that, you know, always feels like I have to get everything on film. And so yeah, I probably could have tried to set the camera up to at least get some of the shots of getting him in the chute. And, you know, the vet was doing a great job explaining actually how to castrate. It's something he's told me in the past that I'm capable of doing, and I feel like, you know, it's something I could do. It's just the issues that might come up if you do it wrong, you know, they could be deadly. So as long as he's still close and he's still able to come out here at a minute's notice, you know, I think I'll probably just still have him doing it. But yeah, I could have got some footage of him showing me how he walked me through it. It really doesn't look that hard. Just like I said, if you get it wrong, the calf very well could bleed out. So I really need to get like a magnetic mount or something like that to make it easy to move my phone around, or get a GoPro or something like that where I can set it up. It'd make a lot of these shots a lot easier. But yeah, it went really smooth. We sorted him off, got his head caught in the gate, and we kind of squeezed it down on him a little bit, and it worked out perfect to get him steered. So we are officially back to having no bulls on this ranch. Otherwise, herd's doing good. We have this cold snap, but then it's supposed to warm up for a little bit, which will be nice. You know, let's talk about him real quick. He'll be 6 months old in November 3rd. Today's the 31st, October 31st. November 3rd, he's officially 6 months old. You know, that's about the age I like to do it. Keeping the testicle on your bull calves really does increase the size a little bit. The natural growth hormone, as opposed to, you know, banding them or castrating them right at birth. Plus, if I were to ever decide to raise bulls, getting them to 6 months of age, I feel like it's just kind of helping me kind of train my eye to figure out what is a good looking bull and what isn't. You know, the other red guy back there, when he was, so he's number one was his mom right here. You know, when he was a calf, his brother essentially, or the other steer calf that we had, the bull we had last year, there was quite a difference, you know, just in how they looked. And so even though right now I'm not really planning on keeping bulls back, I feel like at least getting them to 6 months of age really is kind of helped training my eye a little bit to pick out what I would keep intact and what I would use as a herd sire or to sell to someone else. I wouldn't go, you know, too much past 6 months. Truthfully, if we were just into October, one of the things that I would do is see him stretching there. That's kind of a little bit of a pain thing. He's feeling it. A note on that, it really never ceases to amaze me. He didn't hardly flinch, you know, when the vet cut him open and reached in there and kind of pulled his manhood out and kind of made those little snips, and I think he kind of kicked back once, and that was it. So I hope that it causes them zero pain. You never do know, but I'm gonna see him kind of stretching his stomach, stretching his back legs like that for a few days, just because obviously feels that there's something different, and I'm sure he's going to be really sore tomorrow. He's not going to be able to run or anything like that. He'll probably actually have some trouble laying down. But as far as weather goes with age, you know, if he was, so Dexter's sexually mature really early. So that's one of the biggest issues. Is I would truthfully say, you know, by 8 months, I would be worried about having a bull calf still intact at 8 months with either open yearlings or even an 8-month-old heifer. So like the little red that's grazing right next to him, you know, if I let those two go 8-9 months, I would be worried that he might actually get her pregnant. Not to mention, I've got that 2-year-old that I tried, the 2-year-old heifer that I tried to breed this year that unfortunately didn't take. So she's going to be open all winter long. A lot of that too has to do with the weather, because obviously he has an open wound on him right now. And the last thing I want is for heat and flies. And I know that the camera's not picking it up, but he's still kind of dripping a little bit out of the sack that is now empty. So this weather actually is really good for that. You know, like I said, if we had a lot of heat, a lot of flies, a lot of bare ground, dirt to get in there, it's really going to raise that risk of infection. So if it was October, let's say he was 6 months in October, personally I would push him to 7 months old, just because the weather in the first part of October, you know, we have a lot more insects, a lot more high heat days. So to me, it's going to be age related, but more importantly, it's going to be weather related. So it just happened to work out that he was born in May and he hit that 6 months mark right about November. And yeah, the weather has officially turned, so I'm not concerned about it. However, I am going to watch him, you know, make sure he's eating, make sure he's not mopey, he's not hanging his head. He's still nursing, he's still grazing. He's not hiding in the corner with his ears low, his head low, not moving around, you know, very lethargic, stuff like that. So if you guys have any questions about anything you saw, comments, concerns, sarcastic remarks, anything like that, go ahead and leave them down below. Otherwise, we will catch you guys at the next one.